What if 5 years from now, nothing changes? Same job, same exhaustion, same conversations about quitting that go nowhere. That thought, that's the one women avoid because it's easier to believe you'll leave eventually than to face the possibility that you won't. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about some of the scariest thoughts that women in corporate and in other sectors have but don't say out loud. Welcome to my channel. My name is Catherine, founder of Breakout Life Coaching and Consulting. I help women who are burnt out, overwhelmed, or just simply want something different, build an online business on the side of their job. Now, the first thing that I like to talk about is this illusion. And this illusion is called I'll leave eventually. Almost every woman says it. I'm not doing this forever. But there's no plan. There's no timeline. There's no action. And as a result, the conversation, the timeline, there is no timeline, so nothing ever happens. And that's why it becomes an illusion. And to the point where it becomes a confidence story, but it never leads to a real decision. So what happens is you may have been saying eventually for the last 2 to 3 years. That's not a plan, that's a pattern. And a pattern, as you know, is something that you repeat over and over again. The other thought that is really not said out loud is the quiet resentment that's building up. Resentment towards the job, resentment towards leadership, resentment towards the workload. Who haven't experienced that? But if you have been dealing with that for a long time, the resentment grows and grows till eventually you have this resentment toward yourself. You start questioning why you're still here. And that feeling is heavy. I know what that feeling is like. You may look around and say, this is not me. Why am I still here? That resentment is something that you really want to give attention to because you don't want to stay in that space. Here's another thought. You're outgrowing your environment. The work no longer excites you. When you begin a new job, you're excited about it. You start the job, you're giving it your all, and then eventually you're seeing the same kinds of situations crop up in this new job, and you start to lose that excitement. You feel underutilized or disconnected. Your conversations feel surface level or draining. The environment is not what you hope for. It's not what they sold you. And it's not just burnout. What's that is called misalignment. And you don't want to stay in a space like that. Here's another one. Watching other women leave triggers you. You see women starting businesses, pivoting, doing something different. Part of you feels inspired by their action, but here is the part you never want to say out loud. It makes you feel behind, it makes you feel stuck, and sometimes it may even make you feel a little bitter. And you know, that reaction, it's not jealousy, you're human. It's recognition. You get to really identify something that you really want. And that's reality. Seeing others do it, you know that you could be doing it, but you're not. So that brings on those feelings that you never talk about. And sometimes time is quietly passing away. You see that another year goes by, then another performance review, and then another, well, maybe next year I'll take action. I'll do something different. I'm definitely going to go ahead and make my plan, my pivot plan. what happens is you're waiting for the perfect time. Keyword perfect, there is no perfect time. While you're waiting, time is moving without you. And what happens then is that you're looking back. I thought I was going to do something 5 years ago, 3 years ago. So do not fall into that trap. Get rid of that thought. Here's a thought that really can just have a hold on women, especially women in corporate. And the reason I say that, because so many women in corporate are tied to their title. They may be a director, a manager, a VP, or a title that comes with a lot of credentials, certifications. That could be very important. So because you're tied to that, the fear of starting something and failing is just too much to consider. So you could have this fear of not making money, which you can put that fear away, because we're talking about starting something on the side of your job. This other fear of starting something and it's not working. You are a high achiever, so everything you do must be at the highest level. But because you already have something stable, you don't want to jeopardize being seen differently. And more than anything else, high achieving women, that's you, have this fear of looking foolish. And as a result, it feels safer to stay where you are. It feels safer to take the environment that you don't like, the disrespect that you have to deal with, navigating the politics, incorporate the game, or just becoming someone else to keep others comfortable. And of course, there could be that microaggression. That feels safer than doing something to change a situation that you don't want. But staying in a life that drains you is its own kind of failure. You know that you could have better. You know that you deserve better. So don't let that fear hold you back. Here's another thought. The moment you realize you have a choice, this is your turning point message. You don't have to quit tomorrow. As I mentioned, we're building this on the side. But you do have to stop pretending this will fix itself. Let's think about this. We're going to shift our thinking here. You can build something alongside your job. You can create a path out that makes sense financially and emotionally. This is why I don't just talk about leaving, as I mentioned. I talk about building your way strategically. In this video, I made you pause. If you felt that 5 years from now, question hits you in the chest, I did it with love. But what I really want to do is to help you really to shift your thinking about where you are, and to see that you actually have something that you can use to start your business on the side. So for that reason, I've created a guide called Tap into Your Zone of Genius and Monetize It. Inside, I'll help you identify what you can actually turn into income. You will be able to see how your experience translates into a business, and how your personal life experience could be very valuable to you. So you can start building something real without walking away from your paycheck. The link is in the description below, so do get this guide and actually walk through it. I have a prompt in there that would help you to really put in your skills, your expertise, your life experiences, so that it will help you to look at what could be the business that could work for you. You just plug the prompt inside ChatGPT or whatever model that you use. The question isn't if you're capable of something more. It's whether you're willing to face what happens if you don't. Even outside of what the feelings that you have, the other thing that you really want to be concerned about in this market, this job market, is to be prepared in the event of a job layoff, your company restructuring, any company making changes that would impact you. What is your backup plan? So, this is more than you wanting to build something to create the life that you want. It's also about you're having income consistent. So I hope that you would take this video seriously, assess your life, assess your feelings, and be honest with yourself, and build courage. Use the guide to help you. And you could always reach out to me, um, connect with me on LinkedIn. The link for LinkedIn is also in the description, and I look forward to helping you build the life that you want. Thank you for stopping by to watch this video, and I hope to see you in the next video.